journey has a beginning and every journey has an ending, and every ending has a new beginning. It's a circle. The circle is da'im, is eternal. That Allah from the greatness of Allah everything has an eternity to it. And that every year Muharram is the beginning of our calendar, and that Muharram has all of its secrets and all of its openings, and is the secret of the hijr, moving of Prophet from Mecca and having permission now to move towards the holy Medina to Munawwara, and the establishment of the city of lights and the deen, the oceans of Iman, the oceans of ihsan. And they teach us in so many different ways and so many different realities that we step with the right foot into that month, asking, Ya Rabbi, let my journey towards you continue, towards your oceans of Islam, towards your oceans of Iman, towards your oceans of ihsan and perfection. And we're always in an eternal journey towards Allah to the 12th month, which is the month of Hajj. And that it's so important to go by the Islamic calendar to understand the tajalli of each month, the hijab and the dress and the lights that Allah dressing upon each month, and to understand a physical reality for our physical dunya, but more important to understand our spiritual reality for our soul, that which is eternal and the reality of our eternity. That alhamdulillah, when we understand the history of Mecca, that Allah sent Prophet in the holy Mecca, and living there and being raised in that region. And Mecca represents the reality of the physicality coming into submission, the reality of the heart of the physicality coming into submission. Because the story, many people can read the sirah word for word and go into that, but these are from a timeless reality from Mawlana Shaykh's teachings for us to contemplate. The Prophet delivered the message and struggled in Mecca for 13 years, and that has to do with the struggling of the physical state of the heart. For 13 years he struggled in Allah's way, and that is a reminder for us about these realities of Islam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Atiyullah, Atiyya Rasul wa ulul amri minkum, and everything related in that ocean of obedience to Allah, obedience to the prophetic reality and obedience to ulul amr, directly mirroring maqam al-ihsan is obedience to Allah. Maqam al-Iman is obedience to Sayyidina Muhammad. Maqam al-Islam means to submit, and those who will help us to submit is in the hand of ulul amr. Allah gave them an authority, their perfection and their character teach us and assist us in our submission to Allah. And Mawlana Shaykh teaches us to ponder and to think with tafakkur. The Prophet sent to Mecca to struggle, that when we want to accept Islam in our lives, whether you are reverting, converting, or in our daily lives born into it but not submitting, it is a constant struggle. And Prophet teaching, you have to struggle in Allah's way. You have to come against your desires, you have to establish God's kingdom, Allah's kingdom within the heart, within the being, within the body. And that is the secret of Mecca. That when Prophet was struggling for 13 years in that reality to bring the heart, our physical heart, into submission. That is the reality that is given to the authority for ulul amr, is teach people how to submit, how to come against their bad desires. Because you can't say, I'm submitting to Allah, you are smoking, you are drinking, you are missing your prayers. We have so many bad characteristics, so many bad desires. We are submitting to our desires before we are submitting to Allah. So ulul amr come and teach us. that have the perfection of character, understand the realities that Allah sending through Sayyidina Muhammad, and then that struggle becomes real for us. The Prophet wants us to inherit. When we say the inheritors, means they have truly inherited the reality of Prophet. They struggled with their state for many years, continuous, and it never stops. Once they open awareness of their struggle, Allah opens for them not to be heedless. Heedless means you struggle and make so many mistakes, and again you fall all the way back into a child, into a hole. To wake up from heedlessness is, Ya Rabbi, that let me to struggle and move forward in my struggle. Not I go 10 feet forward and 20 feet into a hole, 10 feet forward and 20 feet into a hole, and by the end of your life you are still in a hole. So they teach us, struggle and improve, struggle and improve. And at every step Allah Ya Rabbi grant us himmah, give us a strength to continue to improve, and then the reality of the hijrah that Prophet began to teach, that when that struggle is secure within your being, that you are struggling, then the reality that everything Prophet did and does must have an eternal message for us. You're talking about the Divinely Presence of Allah. It cannot be a time event only relevant to that time. There must be an eternal message from our Lord that yes, once you're struggling with yourself and your Mecca state, the state of your heart, from submitting to shaitans and bad desires to submitting to Rahman, Allah opened for you a turuq, a way into the city of Madinatul Munawwara, and that is the reality of Allah's order to Prophet after 13 years, move in your hijrah. And at that reality of the hijrah, all the turuqs, all of the haqqaiq is open. Prophet could have gone immediately into Medina, but the story is he went with Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq Qaddasallahu Siru into a cave and hid, because the teaching that the shaitans of Mecca, they're not going to leave you alone. Don't think you came to Islam and you're protected. The shaitan was in paradise and brought Adam down in 1 second. So you think you're so high, you're isma kullaha, eat this apple. And that's what Prophet said, don't let me for a blink of an eye to follow my ego, my bad desires. There is no safety except until you took your last breath and you witnessed that divine reality. All our lives is to struggle, to contemplate, what am I doing wrong, what am I doing wrong, what am I doing wrong? And for the madad to reach to us. And Prophet begins then to teach, now look at what happened for my hijrah. Order has come and I'm going to take the siddiqiyya reality of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and move towards the cave. But for that event, because the people of Naqshbandiyyat al-Aliyah, they understand that event. That when Prophet went with Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, that is the secret of Naqshbandiyyah tariqah. 42 tariqahs from Imam Ali salam and 1 tariqah from Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Naqshbandiyyat al-Aliyah. And its secret also supported by Sayyidina Ali salam. But the importance of that hijrah is that he's going with Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, means that take the way of the Siddiqs and my companions, they are like stars on a dark night. They are going to guide you in my way. Follow my companions, love my companions, look to the example of my companions, how they followed my way, how they sacrificed themselves for my way. Because this is now going to open the reality of how to struggle in Allah's way. Means Mecca was struggling against yourself. Prophet was fighting against himself, against the inhabitants of Mecca. They were torturing and persecuting Prophet. The way in the hijrah is the opening of the realities that follow the Siddiq. Then one ocean of reality is then they move, I'm not going to go into all the details. They go into the cave, the Siddiqiyya cave to hide. and just a short understanding, which is an ocean of reality, that you must accompany the turuqs of the Siddiqiyya way. They have that reality, they have that dress. And what Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq wanted to accomplish in that cave is there's a cave that symbolizes the heart of this reality. Because cave for us is symbolic of the heart. The Prophet ﷺ is taking us on a journey. We're not a journey out but a journey in. That what you're looking for is in your heart. Allah is in the heart, qalb al-mu'min baytullah. But that bayt, Allah won't occupy it unless it's clean. Allah said, purify my house, clean my house, and then circumambulate my house. Allah is not going to sit in a house filled with shaitan, filled in with all sorts of bad characteristics, bad desires, bad actions. So then Prophet ﷺ comes and begins to teach, this is a journey in. The cave for you is in your heart. And that Siddiq who's supporting that tariqah, who holds the chain of that tariqah, what he wanted to accomplish in that cave, just one of its realities is that he wanted to put his foot onto that hole. Everyone's heart has a black hole, has a black spot. That spot is where shaitan enters into the heart. That spot under the heart is where shaitan can come through the dirtiness of that spot and begin to enter into the heart. And Prophet ﷺ described that he moves through the blood. The shaitan moves through the blood. How? Through the heart. He's coming through that hole. And what Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq wanted to accomplish was to plug that hole. And teaching us that follow my way, follow my companions, they are like a star in a dark night. And the Siddiqiyya reality of them is that only their qadam can plug the hole of shaitan within the heart of Nabi ar-Rahman, rahmatan lil alameen. Why Prophet ﷺ showing that? He says, he's dear to me. That there's two of us in the cave, that's Surat al-Tawbah. Don't fear, Allah's with us. That I'm with you and you are with me. And if they want access to my heart, they have to have your Siddiqiyya character. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq gave everything for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. And Prophet asked, what did you leave for your family? Allah and His Rasul. Ya Abu Bakr, your faith is complete. To love Sayyidina Muhammad is to love Prophet more than you love yourself, because now this is maqam al-Iman. Maqam al-Islam was the struggle at Kaaba. Maqam al-Iman, which is obedience to Rasulullah. Because we followed Ulul Am of Mecca, they teach us how to submit, how to do the right and wrong. Now obedience to Prophet is opening on the secret of that movement, that come into that cave. These Siddiqs, they're going to show you how to plug that hole of shaitan. And as soon as he put his qadam, his foot onto the hole, the snake was biting. And the whole dialogue is that the flesh of a Siddiq is forbidden for shaitan to bite, because the snake represents shaitan. So how are we going to plug that hole is in the secret of this reality, the secret of Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, in the secret of Imam Ali salam, Imam Umar Farooq, Sayyidina Uthman Ghani Qaddasallahu Sirruh. They carry the reality and the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, their characteristics will perfect us. Sayyidina Uthman will give the two lights that compiles the Qur'an, so that your heart becomes the basket of realities where Allah's Qur'an will manifest within your heart. Sayyidina Umar or Farooq will come to perfect your struggle. قَدْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَالزَّهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq will come to perfect the Siddiqiyya reality. That if the Qur'an is dressing you and the struggle is blessing you, I'm going to grant you Siddiqiyya character, to love Sayyidina Muhammad more than you love yourself. And from there, all the dressings and blessings of that holy cave moving into the city of lights. Madinatul Munawwara is the symbol of faith and Iman. And the family of Sayyidina Muhammad has a tremendous gift for us. All of that was accomplished by the sacrifice of a young boy. Imam Ali alayhi salam asked Prophet that you're going to go for that hijrah, you have an order from Allah to leave and establish the city of lights, establish the oceans of Iman. I will give myself for this Islam. It's huge, it's big. You make a tafakkur that a young child, 15, 14, depending upon one narration, I will lie in the bed, I will take your place and your image, let them come to kill me and you live with Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Because both are showing how Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said, I give everything, and the completion of my faith is to love you more than I love myself. And they're competing in this love, and Sayyidina Ali said, I give my entire being, not only my property, I give my entire self for you. What they call fida'in. I give myself to you, Sayyidi Ya Rasulullah. Allah so blessed by that action, so impressed by that action, asked Sayyidina Jibreel and Sayyidina Mikael, you see that? How this boy is willing to sacrifice himself for my most beloved. Would you do that? I'm ordering you now, you guard his head and his feet. Sayyidina Jibreel in front of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Sayyidina Mikael behind. Whom has Jibreel in front and Mikael behind is Al-Mansur, whom Allah is rida and satisfied and happy with. And not a hair of their head was disturbed. Because Allah's support came. Allah's support came for what? That you scream takbirat and kill people and hurt people? Or they wanted to sacrifice themselves for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. There was no fight, there were no arms taken. They merely asked, Ya Rabbi, let me take that image, let me take that. What could be greater than to die in the image of Sayyidina Muhammad? I'll lie in bed and think that it was Prophet I'd be slaughtered for that sake. Not that he fought anyone, not that he beat anyone, not that he cursed anyone. It means take that history and these histories and we begin to learn the maqam of akhlaq, the highness of their character, the eloquence of their being. Not the violent donkey version of violence that only other people can describe, everything through violence, everything through donkey character. That was not their character, and that was not their example, and that was not the legacy that was supposed to be left. The legacy that was left is, as a young child, I will lie in the bed so that that deen will be established. And as soon as they came in, Allah wanted them to realize not to touch. They looked and they said, this is not Sayyidina Muhammad alhamdulillah. But that secret of self-sacrifice now opened, because the family of Sayyidina Muhammad they hold that responsibility and they hold that reality. And Allah described, أَتَيْنَكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ رَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. These are the realities of صَلِّ رَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. They prayed unto their Lord and they sacrifice. They live a life of praying and sacrifice. Praying and sacrifice. That hijrah, its foundation is on the love of Sayyidina Ali alayhi salam. So when they don't understand Naqshbandiya and they say Sunni and Shia, they are crazy. There is nothing like that. They are Rabbaniyun. They say La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah. And both and all of them are showing that we are lovers of Sayyidina Muhammad. We are all Rabbaniyun. We sacrifice ourselves for the love of Prophet. Means now maqam al-Iman is based on love of Prophet loving Sayyidina Muhammad more than you love yourself. Every day ask ourselves, what is it that I'm doing for Sayyidina Muhammad? I'm coming and I'm eating their food and I'm doing their zikr, and you're praying. Who cares about your praying? Your praying is good for you. It doesn't make Allah any happier, it doesn't make Allah any stronger, it doesn't make anybody up there richer. That all for you. They're teaching. Which one of these Sahabi you love? If you love all of them, alhamdulillah, you have big shoe to fill. Take one of their examples and say, I'm going to live like that. I'm going to sacrifice myself for the love of Prophet not hurt anyone. I'm going to hurt myself. I'm going to humiliate myself. I'm going to put myself into service. I'm going to lower myself. I'm going to raise the flag of Sayyidina Muhammad. From what I earn, I'm going to spend in the way of Prophet. From what I know, I'm going to give in the way of Prophet. From what skill I have, I'm going to put in use to Sayyidina Muhammad. And we begin to manage our life, and we can easily quantify how much of our life is for that. How much of our life is for that reality to serve Sayyidina Muhammad. And that's why the ulul amr, they come into our lives. That don't live your life for yourself and for your high attaining goals. Live your life for Prophet. Ya Rabbi, give me enough rizq so that I can support and feed my family. But give me time to do something in your way. Give me a skill so that I can use it in your way. Give me an ability for khidmat. That khidmat is the opening of rahmah. And these two Sahabis are showing. I gave everything to accompany Sayyidina Muhammad in the cave. Imam Ali as I gave even my life for that reality, and they both meet in Madinatul Munawwarah. Means accepting the outer reality of the Sahabi and the inner reality as well of the prophetic inheritance of Sayyidina Ali. He's inheriting the prophetic secrets. The Siddiqiyah's secret is that Prophet gave to the companions, and he has a family inheritance. Both are meeting in Naqshbandiyat al-Aliyah through Sayyidina Qasim, Sayyidina Ja'far al-Sadiq, Sayyidina Salman al-Farsi. They carry those realities, the turuqs are the secrets, they are the reality of the ulul amr. Atiya Allah, atiya Rasul, ulul amri minkum. The ulul amr will bring Mecca to be real, your struggle to be real. You find your life is in the example of Prophet. You struggled with your active heart, bring yourself into submission, you come onto the path, immediately they take you into that cave where you begin to struggle in the love of Prophet. So that when you enter Madinatul Munawwarah, means now you've entered into the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. Why Allah called it the city of lights? They didn't call Mecca the city of lights. Mecca the city of struggling. Qalb al-mu'min Baytullah, means that house represents the mu'mins. Kaaba represents all the mu'mins who their hearts are Baytullah. But you are entering now the city of lights who's Allah's only mu'min. And Allah describes Madinatul Munawwarah in Holy Hadith, I'm not in heavens and I'm not on the earth, I'm in the heart of my only believer. My only Abdullah is my Sayyidina Muhammad. You're entering now into those realities of Allah, that if you're truly looking for me, I'm in this city of lights, I'm in the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad. He is my Habibullah, he contains my love, and nothing can contain me but the heart of that one lying there, alayhi salatu salam. Nothing can hold my holy Qur'an but the one lying there, the source of all power. The Izzatullah is emanating from there. That is then the reality of Madinatul Munawwarah. And only through that light, through the love of Prophet ﷺ, where you love Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ more than you love yourself, your Iman will be perfected. At that time, what Prophet ﷺ then did? Go back to Medina. Maqam al-Ihsan. He left Medina not in perfection but in struggling. He was given permission that the body was struggling, Allah accepted the struggle. That was Islam. Not, you didn't reach perfection, right? Because in the Qur'an the Arabi came and said, we believe. Allah corrected him and said, no, he doesn't believe. He merely accepted. He accepted Islam. But yet Iman has not come into his heart. It's not you say, I accepted Islam, I have Iman. No. You have to struggle in that way, give in that way, love Sayyidina Muhammad more than you love yourself. At that time the light and the love of Prophet emanate within the heart of the believer, and now Prophet gives the permission, go back to Mecca. This time we're going to conquer Mecca. Conquer your heart, because now you have my light with you, my love with you. I am Nasrullah, I am Allah's opening, that through my light your heart will be conquered, and what will be taken away is all your 360 idols. The conquest of Mecca was with, again, no violence. There was no slaughtering of people. When Prophet took back Mecca, was the light of Allah. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ. Merely the movement of Prophet and the support of Allah's armies of the heavens and the earth was enough to scare all the shayateen out of Mecca. And Allah describing, this is your state. With the light and nur of Muhammad you merely direct yourself back into your heart. That if Prophet is with you, I am with you, yubayyunuka yubayyun Allah. That if Prophet hand with you, Ulul Am's hand with you, Allah's hand is on top of all of you, you move into your heart and everything in your heart will surrender to that light. 360 lataif. 360 points of a perfected circle. There were 360 idols that collapsed on the arrival of Nur Muhammad. Means Prophet is going to take us on that journey. And there must be an eternal journey, and these are not history lessons, this is eternity lesson. That love of Medina must open. From the love of Medina, only that love can go back into the heart and conquer the heart, and that's why they are awliyaullah. They are accompanied by the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. They go back into their heart and all of the badness is destroyed and everything about them is directed to Allah's attention, and they reached Maqam al-Ihsan. And Prophet described Maqam al-Ihsan as pray as if you see Allah. Means then Prophet prays and sees Allah. That Divine Presence is within the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad. This is a journey in, not out. The journey in into that reality. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.